Have you noticed how people around you change when you begin to awaken spiritually? As a true chosen one, your presence becomes so impactful that it provokes unexpected reactions, distancing, averted gazes, constant comparisons, and even jealousy disguised as support. But what lies behind these attitudes? Today, we will unravel how people react when they sense your elevated energy and what it reveals about them. Get ready to understand how these reactions reflect your own transformations and how, even in the face of challenges, your inner power grows stronger every day. When you awaken spiritually and become a chosen one, your energy becomes unique and magnetic, often misunderstood by those around you. This impact causes people to distance themselves, not because of something you did, but because your presence illuminates internal parts they are not yet ready to face. It's a mirror reflecting deep truths, provoking discomfort that makes them retreat to protect their comfort zones. Your elevated energy acts as a reflection of others' internal limitations, revealing insecurities and shadows that many prefer to avoid. This distancing is not a reflection of who you are but of the transformation you are undergoing. Your inner journey challenges others' comfort zones, and not everyone is ready to accompany this process. Moreover, there are those who feel that your vibration is incompatible with theirs, as if your energy forces them to confront unresolved issues. This distancing can be an unconscious defense, a way to avoid the light you bring, a light so intense that it becomes almost unbearable for those still living in lower frequencies. Understanding that this is part of the path is essential. Often, this separation is necessary for both sides to grow. However, within this distancing lies an opportunity for evolution, both for you and for others. By keeping your frequency high and continuing on your path of self-knowledge and spiritual growth, you become a living example of possible transformation. Gradually, people around you may start to recognize that the initial distancing was just a necessary phase for them to understand and accept the depth of your purpose, transforming separation into a new type of connection, more authentic and aligned. Looking into the eyes of a chosen one is not just a casual gesture, it's as if the soul is being laid bare, revealing secrets we are not always ready to confront. Many people, when they perceive your elevated spiritual energy, avoid eye contact because they feel your eyes can see beyond appearances, capturing hidden emotions and intentions. This happens because, as a true chosen one, you emanate a vibration that goes beyond the surface and directly touches the essence of those who cross your path. This behavior is a protective mechanism people use to avoid confronting what they are not yet ready to accept. The intensity of a spiritualized gaze can be overwhelming. It's not uncommon for people to feel exposed or uncomfortable when meeting the eyes of someone deeply connected to their own truth. When someone averts their gaze, it's like they are trying to shield themselves from the feeling of being seen on a deeper level. This does not mean you are doing something wrong. On the contrary, it's a sign that your presence is powerful and impactful. Your energy carries a frequency that resonates beyond the physical, reaching the subtlest layers of others' psyches. This avoidance of eye contact can also be interpreted as an unconscious acknowledgement of your inner light. Many avoid looking into your eyes because they feel that you not only see but understand the truth behind their words and actions. It's almost as if you have the gift of seeing the hidden, reading the energy beyond what is spoken. This can be intimidating for those still living in a reality based on appearances or carrying emotional wounds that have not yet healed. Your presence, therefore, is not just an encounter of souls but a silent invitation to introspection. Even if the aversion to eye contact seems small, it carries a profound meaning about the energetic dynamics you create around you. For a chosen one, this behavior is a confirmation of the impact you are having on the environment, even subtly. Your gaze is a beacon that illuminates the path for those around you, even if they are not ready to face this light head-on. Over time, those drawn to your energy may begin to feel more comfortable looking into your eyes, recognizing not only an intensity but also deep acceptance and understanding. When someone realizes you are a chosen one, it is common for them to start acting differently, using social masks to hide their true intentions and feelings. Your presence awakens internal discomfort, as if they are constantly being observed beyond appearances. Fearing judgment or exposure by your keen perception, many project an improved version of themselves around you. The authenticity you carry challenges those still trapped in appearances and superficial patterns. This need to hide who they really are comes from the fear of being seen on a deeper level. Near you, any facade seems vulnerable and fragile, as if it could be dismantled at any moment. Therefore, it is common for these people to exaggerate in compliments, change their tone of voice, or adopt behaviors that do not reflect their true personalities. This dissonance creates emotional distance and discomfort, as their masks cannot withstand the light of truth you emanate. Social masks function as self-protection mechanisms for those not yet ready to confront their own shadows. They hide fears, insecurities, and intentions to avoid the exposure they feel in your presence. For the chosen one, this can be challenging, as it feels like interacting with distorted versions of people rather than their real essences. This dynamic directly reflects the impact you cause. You force others to look within, even if they are not ready. Accepting that people will wear social masks around you is part of your learning as a chosen one. These interactions serve as a reminder that your authenticity challenges and transforms, even if it initially causes discomfort. Instead of feeling frustrated, keep your vibration high and continue to be an example of authenticity. Gradually, those who feel intimidated by your presence may be inspired to drop their masks, revealing that true awakening begins with the courage to be oneself. Recognizing a chosen one often awakens a need for comparison. Your self-confidence and energy highlight what many have not yet achieved within themselves. This impulse to measure themselves against you is not just about competition but an internal struggle of those seeking validation. Often, the comparison appears in the form of comments that attempt to diminish your achievements or disguised competitions, reflecting the insecurities these people carry. These comparisons do not happen out of malice but reflect an internal desire for recognition and validation. Your presence sparks deep questioning about each one's path, generating friction and frustration. For some, it is an attempt to protect the ego, avoiding facing where they truly are on their journeys. Instead of letting this bring you down, see it as a sign that you are fulfilling your purpose of awakening consciousness, even indirectly. By freeing yourself from the need to react to these comparisons, you demonstrate the true power of self-knowledge and spiritual alignment. Your serenity in the face of these attitudes becomes a powerful example, showing that each path is unique and that there is no need to compare but to be inspired. Gradually, people around you may begin to realize that instead of competing, they can seek their own evolution, transforming comparison into admiration and genuine respect. Jealousy disguised as support is one of the most subtle reactions a chosen one faces. At first glance, these people seem to be on your side, ready to applaud your spiritual achievements. However, behind smiles and encouraging words, there may be feelings of envy and frustration, manifesting in small comments or attitudes that undermine your confidence. It's as if they are trying to balance the scales, appearing present but simultaneously subtly sabotaging your shine. These manifestations of jealousy appear in the form of ambiguous compliments, unsolicited advice, or support that feels more like disguised pressure. These behaviors reflect the impact of your energy and the internal discomfort of those who have not yet found their own path. For the chosen one, identifying this duality requires discernment and a posture of understanding, but it is also necessary to reinforce clear boundaries. Dealing with this jealousy requires compassion but also the ability to protect your energy. Understanding that not everyone is ready to vibrate at the same frequency as you is crucial. Instead of letting yourself be influenced by veiled negativity, use these experiences as opportunities for growth, reaffirming your journey without being brought down. By continuing to radiate your light, you inspire others to face their own shadows, turning jealousy into genuine admiration and respect. One of the most common reactions that a chosen one can notice around them is the imitation of their behaviors, lifestyle, and even the small quirks that are part of their daily life. People start replicating your spiritual choices, self-care habits, meditation practices, and even the way you express yourself. This behavior reflects an unconscious attempt to connect with your elevated energy, seeking to capture some of the light you radiate. Often, they don't even realize they are imitating. They simply feel that by aligning with your actions, They are drawing closer to the peace and balance you transmit. This imitation can seem flattering but also a sign that people are lost in their own journeys, desperately seeking a model to follow. It's as if your presence is a beacon, guiding them through the darkness of their own uncertainties. However, by trying to copy your path, they forget that true spiritual growth is not in replicating what another does, but in discovering their own essence and following their own purpose. As a chosen one, you become a living example, but it's important to remember that each must tread their own path to achieve spiritual awakening. Often, imitation is accompanied by hidden admiration, mixed with the desire to belong to the same level of consciousness you have reached. But this behavior can also lead to frustration, both for the imitator and the imitated. For the chosen one, there may be a sense that people around you are not valuing their own individuality and potential, while those who imitate end up feeling disconnected from their true nature. It's a constant reminder that authenticity is the key to true spiritual alignment and that, although the example is powerful, personal transformation is an internal and unique process. However, this imitation is also an opportunity for spiritual leadership. By continuing to be yourself, faithful to your principles and choices, you silently teach that true spiritual connection is not found in imitation but in discovering your own path. This behavior reflects the profound impact a chosen one can have on others' lives, inspiring them to seek their own truth. Over time, these people may begin to realize that instead of following in your footsteps, they need to discover the rhythm of their own journey, turning initial imitation into a genuine quest for self-knowledge and spiritual alignment. When you are a chosen one, your presence and spiritual evolution can be seen as threatening to those still struggling with their own insecurities. This discomfort can subtly manifest through silent sabotage attempts. These attitudes are not always explicit, they may come disguised as well-intentioned advice, indirect criticisms, or even actions that seem harmless but ultimately aim to undermine your confidence and progress. These people, often without realizing it, are reacting to the impact your light and authenticity have on them, and silent sabotage becomes a way to deal with this internal discomfort. These sabotage attempts can manifest in various ways, such as discouraging words suggesting your dreams are too big or that you are changing too fast. They can appear through passive-aggressive behaviors or the lack of support when you need it most. Often, these attitudes come from those close to you, who feel they are losing the control or space they once had in your life. It's important to recognize these signs and understand that they are not a reflection of your abilities or worth but of the internal battles these people are facing. Remaining steadfast in the face of these silent sabotage attempts requires self-confidence and clarity about who you are and what you seek on your spiritual journey. By recognizing these energies, it's essential not to get caught up in the negativity and, instead, remain connected to your greater purpose. This does not mean distancing yourself from everyone displaying these behaviors but creating a space where your inner peace is not compromised. Having discernment and reinforcing your boundaries is essential to avoid absorbing these influences. After all, the true power of a chosen one lies in the ability to stay centered, even amid others' emotional storms. Rather than reacting with resentment or anger, use these experiences as fuel for your growth. The sabotage attempt is, in fact, proof that your transformation is disturbing and challenging others' comfort zones, which is a clear sign of the impact you are having. By staying firm on your path, you demonstrate that your light cannot be extinguished by external energies, and this resilience is inspiring. Ultimately, your spiritual alignment serves as a beacon for those still trapped in the shadows, showing that true strength comes from within and that nothing can stop those in the process of spiritual awakening. Noticing how people react to your spiritual awakening is a powerful reminder that your journey is impacting the world around you. Even in the face of distancing, averted gazes, comparisons, or disguised jealousy, it is essential to stay aligned with your purpose and truth. These reactions say much more about others than they do about you. Use these experiences as fuel to keep growing, knowing that your role as a chosen one is to inspire, challenge, and illuminate, even indirectly. If these dynamics resonated with you, leave your comment below and share your experience. And remember, your light is unique and irreplaceable.